Yeah, hello scrappers. Back again. Video day again. I think I'm starting to sound like my dad talking about the weather all the time, but hey, it's what's going on, right? This Oklahoma, you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Right now it's a little over freezing, but of course cold front's moving in, rain and snow is moving in. In the house eating dinner a little bit ago, and weatherman's talking about just west of Oklahoma City. I don't know if that's turning or not. West of the city, they're getting snow. People already going off the road and having wrecks. And, yeah. Of course, some of the other Okies on here could probably verify a lot of these Oklahoma drivers don't know how to drive. Road gets, we get rain, and I mean they go crazy. When I first moved here from Washington State, I saw more wrecks, I think, in the first week I was here than I saw in my entire life up in Washington State. I can see why there's a body shop on every corner. Of course, I think one of the problems with the drivers here in Oklahoma is they come from all over. Some come from up north so they can drive in the rain and the snow. Others come from down south, Florida, South Texas, Arizona, some places like that that probably hardly ever see snow. Some places are pretty dry, hard to see rain. Yeah, I got this old CRT TV. Had it out here, picked it up off that big job I did last summer. So I thought I brought it in the shop the other day. I thought I was going to tear it down last night, but then I decided I'm just going to stay in the house, take a little time off. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do it for tonight's video. I should have kept the screws so I could have put the back on when I got done. But yeah, I think I got another magnetic tray with a bunch of screws around here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Quite a bit of wire in here. You got a circuit board, low grade, most likely. I'm not really sure how to grade circuit boards. I may have to go learn. Once I'm officially retired, I'll have more time on my hands and I can probably start doing some e-scrap. But I got to find out if any of the yards around here even take it. If not, I'm just going to have to go for the good stuff and learn what the good stuff is and go for it. And which this thing here, pull it straight off. For the new scrapper, be careful not to break the tube, of course. And most of these older style TVs haven't been plugged in years, so usually you don't have any power on this red cable. But if you are concerned with it, it does have enough. If this is recently plugged in, that could have enough juice in it to kill you. So usually the best thing to do is get a good long screwdriver and probably a 6-8 foot piece of copper wire. Insulated, uninsulated, doesn't matter too much. But I do put a screwdriver on each end, wrap that bare wire around each end, shove one end down in the ground, and then come over and stick the other end up in there to short that out where it goes straight to ground and discharge. It's about the easiest way. Then you know you're safe. But this one was sitting out in the cow pasture with a bunch of scrap metal for who knows how many years, so probably since they went digital. People had to throw away a lot of good TVs back then. Of course, a lot of people didn't want to throw them away. They took them to the auction house. But they wouldn't bring nothing at the auction house either because people had to have converters. The converters sold good. But nobody really wanted the TVs. About all they were good for was maybe hooking up a game system to them. Now this screw here and this little ring that locks down, always check those with a magnet. Okay, the screw's sticking to the magnet, but the ring is not, so the ring is probably stainless. So from here, take a grinder to it and see if it sparks. If it doesn't stick to a magnet and it sparks, it's stainless. Pull those straight off. Trash. And we got another one here. There's usually two of them on a TV. And again, sometimes these rings will just barely stick. And this time the screw is, yeah, the screw is sticking just slightly. So there again, the screw's got ferrous metal in it, so, and the little ring's probably stainless. I know it's a fraction of a cent, but in this, just give it a twist, break it loose, the copper yoke. Which I got some wires there I got to cut. And I can't get too far down there, so I'll just cut it in the middle. Put a little copper on each end. Pull straight up. Of course, then you got to clean it up. But there was probably maybe half a pound or so of copper there. Then I got a bucket over here I can throw my wire into. I didn't put very well for this video. Not sure what it's going to take to break that loose. Of course, then you try to reach in and cut as much copper out of here, couple wires you can. There's a, this one here looks a lot different than most. Degaussing cable. I'll cut these wires off. Well, yeah. Cut them wires off of there real quick. Some of them. Just a few wires here, not much. Some of those are pretty small wires, so they'll probably go in low grade. A couple of those don't seem like they want to pull through. And then another thing inside this thing, I got inside the tube had this braided wire. That's usually copper. It's mainly just a good ground wire. Being it's silver, they've coated it in solder, what they call tinning. So it's probably basically a number 2, but I've been kind of keeping that separate for the most part. I'm sure I have some mixed in. Okay, now something I'm not 100% sure of on these is, you know, when they buy low-grade boards, they just buy everything, you know. So some of you guys at micro scrap and e-scrap, I know you guys could answer that. So with a board like this, just go into a low grade, you know, just any board at all. It doesn't matter what's on it. You know, as you can see, there's really nothing on there. So but I've got probably a couple barrels full of low grade stuff. This degaussing cable here, older TVs, usually they have it wrapped in electrical tape. And what I'm seeing on this one, I'm thinking this one's aluminum. Like I say, a lot of your older ones were copper, but by looking at the color there, I'm thinking it's aluminum. But when in doubt, cut it. And sometimes it's hard, especially under this kind of lighting. But it looks pretty silver. Sometimes if I'm not sure, I'll just go ahead and set it aside, and then the next day I'll take a look at it out daylight or sunshine, whatever. The thing is, I'm not sure if I can just pull that out of there. It looks, to be perfectly honest with you, I've never had one that was in this kind of a plastic jacket or plastic sleeve, but by looking at this, looks like I can just cut the tape right there. Yeah, and then this just, of course, it, I think if it didn't split right there, it would have, okay, it is kind of glued shut. Yeah, I'll probably have to take a knife and score it down the edge. I was thinking the way this edge looked right here, that it would just split apart. Yes, yeah, I think you can get a better angle there. I thought it would just kind of pull right out of there, but it's not doing that. I'm going to set that aside for now. Like I say, I think it's just aluminum wire. But I do have a barrel for aluminum wire. That way, if I get it, I'm not just throwing it out. I'll go ahead and work it. A lot of guys will just throw it in with a shred. Can't say that I blame them a lot of times. Sometimes I do, but and then a lot of times on this tube there'll be another kind of braided copper wire. I had a couple of insulating wires there. I'll go ahead and get rid of them too. But so really about all we have left in here now is that wire over here. And we got the circuit board. Sometimes these things just slide right out of there without a problem. This one's got so much dirt and stuff in there from years and years of being out there in the weather. Sometimes if I get a big screwdriver in there or a pry bar, kind of get in there and just bust it out of there. I don't know if that's some kind of locking mechanism. But like I say, pull that circuit board out, get all your wires cut off of it, cut it off the other. But in a way, you spend a lot of time cutting them wires, but you know, if you don't have a lot of scrap to do and you want to get out of the house, then it'll probably be worth your time. If you're a seasoned scrapper and you got a lot of contracts you got to pick up from, of course it's not gonna be worth your time. for the most part. You know, you got to concentrate, you know, use your time on where the best money is. Now, one thing about this TV, I probably want to pull the tube out. Most of them are all plastic, so I just cut the wire out, get the metal out, and off to the dumpster it goes. But this one, it's got a metal case, so this one I will have to pull the tube out. So I guess it didn't matter if I had kept the screws to the back or not. So I'll have to get down there, get the circuit board out, and there's probably a screw in each corner. They'll come loose and the tube will come right out, and then pretty much it can all go into the shred. There is a speaker over here, so if you need a magnet, there's a magnet. I'm thinking this one piece right here on each side is a kind of a locking mechanism. Let me see if I can bust it off of there or something. And yeah, there we go. Slides right out. And you can get in here to these wires and clip away. Kind of clean the circuit board up. Yeah, retirement's getting close. I'm getting excited. Kind of a strange feeling knowing that shortly I'm not going to have to get up and drive to work, punch a time clock. If I want to sleep in, I can sleep in. Especially this time of year when it's real cold in the mornings. Now, later in the summer, I'm probably going to want to get up well before dawn, get breakfast and coffee and get caffeinated, and then get out here and work in the shop, get stuff tore down while it's nice and cool, do some melt videos, which I'll probably do another melt video this weekend because it's going to be in the high 50s, low 60s. I think Monday is going to be about 65. But you know, it's come summertime when it gets hot in this building, so it gets hot, flat out hot here in Oklahoma anyway. You guys down in Florida know about working out in the heat, so I'll probably try to get out here and do what I can in the mornings when it's cool, or go out and do some of my pickups. And then I was telling my wife, said in the afternoon I'll try to either go in the house, stay cool, or do some of my pickups in the afternoon. I'll probably try to get out and do some street scrapping in the morning. But here in Oklahoma, in the summertime, they have what they call a peak rate. You guys probably have it in a lot of other places too. For 3 o'clock in the afternoon, electric rates go up, and then they drop back off at about 7 o'clock at night. So if I do much out in the workshop during that time of day, I'll be using my power tools, which are battery operated. Wait till after 7 to put them back up, put the batteries on the charger. Try to keep that electric down a little bit. Now, some of these circuit boards will have, well, actually this one here is too, aluminum. Some of these uprights are aluminum. The aluminum displaces the heat real well. So that's something to look for on them. And a lot of times it'll be transformers. Here's a tiny transformer here. I'm not sure, but I'm sure this is probably like a coil pack or something. It's probably got a wad of copper in it. I had to pull one out and throw it in the crucible one of these days and melt it. Put it in the furnace and see what happens. Okay, that's pretty much all the wire off of this board. There's still a couple little stragglers, but a little dusty old board. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I'll probably try to, maybe tomorrow night, I'll try to get that tank I'm trying to make to go up under the table. Right now I got to cut it down where the handle bolts in. So I got to see if I can't remount that handle probably down towards the bottom of the wheels, so I can make it a little easier to shove up under the table and pull it back out. I have to find me a wash machine hose, which that shouldn't be too hard to do around here. I got plenty of wash machines out there. I'm sure a couple of them have hoses inside. Sometimes this can be kind of difficult getting in here to cut the wires in the best spot. Sometimes you just cut them wherever, and then get that circuit board out of there, and then once it's out of there, then it'll be a lot easier to cut the rest of the wire off. Or just cut as much off as you can and let the rest go. Looks like about a 3/8 bolt in there. See, there's not a whole lot left in there. No telling what year this thing was made. But I think I can do the rest off the camera. I don't want to drag this out too long. I know you guys got a lot more videos to watch. There's a lot of good scrappers out there. They got some good channels nowadays. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Like to hear from you. Got a lot of people leave some good comments. You know, some just you leave a smiley face or something. But it's encouraging, the guys that leave encouraging comments. Kind of encourages you. Hey, I like that. Got to keep going. And remind everybody about my Amazon affiliate link if you're looking for grinding discs, different tools that I use. I think everything on that page is things that I use. Sawzall blades, and I use them. I like them. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't put them on there. And I recommend them. And if you're using the stuff, leave a comment what you think of it. If you like it, if you don't like it, because some of the things I like, others may not like, and vice versa. Sometimes you can get something. I can get something that works great for me, but somebody else may get one that's somewhat defective or something, and it may not work good for them. And that's why ratings are good. Of course, sometimes you got to look at ratings and say, is this honest, or somebody got something against the company and leaving bad reviews, or or is it an employee or someone else that's getting on there leaving good reviews? But because a lot of times I'm going to purchase something on Amazon, I try to take a look at the reviews on there and see some of the comments and see what they're saying, whether they're good or bad, and kind of read several of them and see what the consensus is on all of them, and then kind of make my decision: do I want to try it or not? Or look around and see if I can find something else. So I'm going to get off of here and probably get in the house. It's 6 o'clock right now, and they said that's about when this thing's supposed to hit. This morning they were saying 3 o'clock. This morning they were saying 1 inch of snow, and now they're saying 2 inches. So, of course, here in Oklahoma they say, well, we're just going to get a trace, just a dusting, and we get 6 inches. Or they say we're going to get 2 or 3 inches and we don't get anything. So you never know. They're wrong a lot, but we'll see. I guess I'll get up in the morning. If they say that roads are bad, I'll just call in. Of course, I told my wife, I said, now if I call in, then then that's going to bring my my official retirement one day closer. She goes, that's okay. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.